Get to know Falasha Campbell Nyanteh as she and I discuss life after her appearance on OWN's hit TV show, Family or Fiance, and also what's next for her as a content creator. So I'm excited to feature you on the show, Falasha Campbell Nyanteh. How are you today?
I'm well. Inside, you guys made me dress up today. I haven't dressed up in weeks. So I'm like, oh my God, what to do? I'm good.
You look amazing, and thank you for your time today. Let's dive right on in. How has married life and motherhood been since your appearance on OWN's Family or Fiance?
Well, married life is definitely different from engagement and dating. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's the same. It's really not. It's been good. A lot of changes really quickly. We moved out of the city we lived in, have a new baby. So things are changing pretty rapidly, just adjusting to the change of my life right now and adjusting to everything that's on my plate right now. But married life is good. And of course, family life is good.
And how old is the baby now?
He's 7 months.
Okay.
7 months. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So how you see your family's good. How are your husband, Chris, and your mother-in-law been doing? They're good?
This is good. My mother-in-law, we live actually close by her. So she helps out a lot with the baby. So that's good. We actually moved to Connecticut. So mom helps out with the baby. And, things are a lot better since we appeared on the show.
Okay. Is this her first grandchild?
It is.
Oh,
actually.
How special.
Yeah. It is.
And how's the rest of the family doing that we got a chance to meet on the show?
Oh, everybody's good. Actually, Pastor Kwame, you guys didn't know he was a pastor, but he's a pastor. He's like our advisor.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. He's our advisor. When we did our counseling, we went to him. So we still do like marital counseling. I think it's good to do some ongoing stuff. Like when you have issues, sometimes in marriage, you see things one way, your husband sees things another way. You need somebody that's not going to be biased to hear what's happening and say, hey, this is what it is. So it's always good to have that person. He's that person for us. My mom is doing really good, and my brother and my sister-in-law as well. She's in Texas right now. So everybody's good. The family's good. We were actually all just on a Zoom call. Like everybody's home, so we have to catch up.
You're making it work, and that's good.
Yeah.
The best of this situation, but still, putting family first, and I love to hear
right.
In what ways do you hope that your family story will transcend and inspire others to repair the bonds and cultivate their most important relationships?
Well, that's a great question. Our family is very unique. I thought that it helped to showcase that African Americans and Black people, whatever you want to call yourself, alike, we're not all the same. We come from different backgrounds traditionally, and we have different ethics and different things that we do. We're not all the same. So I just hope that my family was able to display an image of American, and cultural, and just allow people to see that us as Black people, that we come from diverse backgrounds. We're very different. We're very unique. Each family, like if you go into 5 African American homes, they all do things distinctly and very differently. Even though we do have a lot in common,
right?
We do things distinctly and differently. And I also hope that our story inspired couples that probably are not getting the support that they need to get from family members, and they still want to push forward with it. Me watching the series and watching other couples, I didn't think in the beginning that it was so important to get the family's blessing or the families to be on board with your relationship, because I was just the kind of person that, whatever I want to do, I just do it. But when you get into marriage, I realized that it is important, because those people are going to actually be a support system for you when you have your children. So it's always great to keep that bond and keep those connections strong. So I'm hoping that our stint on the show was able to showcase that and help couples that are struggling, that say, you know what, we're just going to do this anyway, to really find that third party or find someone to kind of join them together or get on the same page in some way, same shape or form before they move forward.
Absolutely. I love that that you all are an inspiration to people all over the world to strengthen the bonds. Now you're no stranger. I did some digging on you. And I see that you're no stranger to media. So shout out to my fellow media girl on the line.
Yeah, I was like, I love this thing. I love this show. That's it. I love the show.
Shout out to the media girl. I checked out
Right.
your YouTube and your Instagram, and you are just winning at life. So since you're no stranger to media, being on screen, how did it feel to watch this appearance on television?
It was very emotional for me. We had like a screening that we were gonna all watch together, but I cheated and I watched before because like I had to see like what happened. So it was kind of emotional, and it was it put me like, I felt vulnerable watching. Not when I was there taping, because when I was there taping, it was just like natural being in front of the camera. I know you probably feel like the same way, but watching was kind of like kind of cringeworthy some parts. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a natural in front of the camera, but watching it was just kind of a different aspect to it because it's my real life. You know, you're putting your real life on Front Street. A lot of people ask us like, oh, you know, why did you put yourself out there? I really didn't think too deep on it like that. We just saw the opportunity to say, you know what, we're in this predicament, let's do it. I didn't know it was going to be such a big, you know, thing, which it was, but I'm thankful for it because it definitely helped to strengthen the bonds with our family. So yeah, it was quite an experience. Quite an experience.
As the viewers, do we miss out on a lot of what went down?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Because that's why I was so scared to watch. Because
you didn't know what they chose.
It was a lot of things that they didn't air. Like a lot of things that they didn't air. So of course, a lot of the times we watch like, you know, the Love and Hip Hops and those shows, and we're like, you know, are they like putting things together? They actually do. So you have to be really careful. Like when you sign up for reality TV, they can, not that they're changing your words, they can only use what you give them. So if I don't give them, you know, they can't use it, but they're always going to use the footage that you don't want them to use. So maybe that moment that you broke down, I broke down a lot of times in the show, I was shocked. Maybe that moment when you broke down or I shared things that I didn't want to share and things came out that I wasn't expecting to come out, they're going to use that.
Or they won't put the whole thing together. Because I had an opportunity to be on the Steve Harvey show years ago on his dating segment. And the lady asked, she was like, what are some of your deal breakers? And I gave her a laundry list of my deal breakers. So they only used like the laundry list of what I said. Like, no, I was like, you know, faithful, independent, like I had all these things. But they can
use the negative.
They use the part where I said no short guys, and they use that in our promo. So like they kind of dragged me on the internet a little bit because I said no short guys. It sounds like I was like being like, no short. I'm 5'9". Like cut me some slack. You know, I don't want a short guy. You know?
I totally get that. I'm happy that you experienced that. So at least now you know. Like,
that's why I wanted to know. Like I felt like they probably did leave.
It was a lot taken out. Like my husband apologized to his mother twice on the show.
Wow.
Right after he apologized right away. He apologized twice and they cut it out. And then we went to the reunion, we said it again, like he apologized and they cut it out. So it's whatever story they want to tell. So they have their idea. They see your story and they say, we want to tell this story. We want this person to be the bad guy. We want this person to be, and they play it that way.
Right.
So reality TV is tricky. I don't think I would do it again as far as like with my family on the front line. I don't think I would do it again.
Okay. You're like, let me just stick to my media life.
Yes, absolutely. I have creative control to control my narrative.
What was it? Falashology? Falashology? Yeah. I tried. Okay. So you say you wouldn't do it again with your family, but of course you are always open to opportunities like this for yourself. So what would you say what were your takeaways from this experience?
My takeaways were producers are very tricky. You have to be careful what you tell because I'm a free talker. Like I'm a natural talker. So that can work against you in television because they call you and they're asking you questions. You think they really care, but they're just using it to drop. Like literally, we got a call yesterday from our production company, and they're like, "How are things going in quarantine? Are you guys having any problems?" Like they're checking on us. Listen, they're checking on us, but they also want to hear something that they can use and then say, "Oh, we want you guys on." You know, drop it. So I know. I'm happy that I experienced that because I know how TV works. Like you just said, you want to Steve Harvey just for that one moment. They use that, so you have like a antenna up. But reality TV, I don't know. Like, I don't know about it. I saw a show, Love is Blind. I like told my friend to go on that show because that looked like a pretty cool show to go on. Certain things look like they're pretty cool, but then again, I'm just like, gotta be careful, especially when it's your family. You don't want your family to be on the chopping block for other people's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. So other TV opportunities, just reality TV, I don't think so.
Okay, I understand. Well, let's talk about you then. Since you know, okay, we'll leave the family out of it, but for you, what's your favorite part about being a journalist and a content creator?
Well, I love telling stories. Like I said, I'm like a natural talker. I like this. I love this. I love talking to people. I like telling stories. I like spotlighting African Americans doing like great things. I started out about 5 years ago doing a faith-based show. I used to do a lot of faith-based content. I still do, but it's the foundation of what I do. But I kind of want to broaden it more and talk about social injustices, things that are going on in the community, the educational system, talking to superintendents, people like that. So I kind of want to get into the community and talk to real life people, not just like famous faces. It's good to have a famous face, you know, every now and then, but you want to talk to the everyday people that are kind of out there doing the work and how we can bring change to the world. Because like, what else are we like here doing, you know? So that's really what sparked my interest in journalism pretty early on. I didn't even know it was like a media thing. I just like, and it kind of took on a life of its own. I started doing red carpets and stuff like that. So I'm trying to gear away from that now and just kind of focus on, like I said, essential stories that affect our communities and try to be like the change agents for solutions and talk to people that have solutions and how can we drive these solutions in our communities. So yeah, and I'm a teacher, so that's like my day job. Okay. So that's where Spark, like, we have a lot of stuff in our communities that need to be fixed. Like, you know, who's going to be out here kind of being an advocate for that? So that's really what started me in journalism.
Well, I love that you're such an advocate, not only for the community, but for the youth. And it sounds like for people in general. So, you know, kudos to you for the work that you're doing in life, you know, and the work that you will do. I know you're from New York, East Coast. Yes. How has growing up in New York prepared you for your life's greatest achievement?
Oh, wow. New York, growing up in New York has made me a tough cookie. You're really tough. Everybody there is kind of like, you know, in a rush. I didn't even know. I thought the world was New York. Like, living there, that's how you feel. Like, is there anywhere else you have to get out and realize, like, oh,
from the Bronx, right? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx. Okay. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised. So, growing up there has just showed me a lot of, especially in the Bronx, in my community, a lot of things that need to be changed. Like, the way we grew up, things are so different now. Like, the youth don't have anything to, like, I had like a community center, like that was like my safe haven. You know, those things are being taken away and stuff like that. So New York has helped me birth my purpose. Growing up there has helped me birth my purpose. So I would say that, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, shout out to New York. Shout out to New York.
I love New York.
Well, what's next for you, and how can we continue to follow your journey?
Well, you can follow me on FalashAology.com. I just started, I was supposed to launch before all this quarantine stuff. Online publication, Black on Black media, just showcasing, like I said, Black stories. We want to start doing some documentaries, start doing some webinars, web series, just about things that are going on in our communities. Also, I also offer some online courses and trainings just to touch in my teaching stuff for young journalists, young media personalities that are coming up and they don't have specifically the tools and the resources. So I want to help young journalists and help young media personalities, hosts, moderators, just kind of sharpen their skills and give them opportunities if I have, you know. So that's really what I'm working on now. So whoever's interested, you know, like hit me up. Well,
you keep up the amazing work. You know, stay happy, healthy, and productive during this quarantine time, and just be ready to hit the ground running. So it was a pleasure talking to you.
You too.